Hello, this is Fanguard Talk. We talk about it so you don't have to. And today I'm here with my buddy Brutus again.
What's up, everybody?
And we're going to review what's going on with the stand-up regionals and the results that we have seen so far in the meta. And of course,
I called it.
yes, as a recap, let's say, what did you say again that was going to be topping?
Okay, I said that we were going to see an oversaturation of Dote, but I also did say we were going to see a lot more gold paladins than we did in Japan. And for the most part, I was right.
Yep. So based on what's been reported and what we could find, we found a total of about 74 reports, and the top two decks were, of course, Dote being about 48 in top two spots, and Majesty Lord at 22 spots. Third being Gold Paladin. Gold Paladin is a vague term for any and all builds. There's been several different ones, but
Not just the Spectral, it's also seen a lot more Gazelle builds, as they like to call it.
you mean as I like to call it.
Whatever.
But anyway, for the most part, it looks like while we do have a lot of Dotes, it so far isn't as bad in comparison to Japan's experience with the card. We are seeing a lot of different decks: Mega Colony, Bermuda Triangle, Murakumo, Neo Nectar, and a couple top spots. Interestingly enough, though you never see these in Japan on their own, but rather you always see them in Team League, there's a couple Shadow Paladins taking about 9 wins in these reports for first and second place.
Are you happy about this, sir?
Just a little bit.
Just a little?
Just a little.
Damn shadows.
Don't be a play hater.
What I find interesting is a Mega Colony and a Murakumo deck got top spots.
Why?
I find that interesting just because they're not top tier deck. It's like a big finger to Dote. It's like, nah, screw you. We're top 2 spots also. We're here.
Also, to note with these results, the fourth most used deck that topped was actually OTT, but unlike Japan where it's Tsukiyomi, it was actually the Soulless build with 11 top two spots, and OTT Tsukiyomi only had 3 of those spots in all of our findings.
Interesting, sir. Interesting. It seems that because we got Soulless first, or more Soulless, I would say. I mean, we got set 7 before set 4 and 5, so...
We got set 3 before we got Soulless, which had Tsukiyomi in it.
Yes, but there were more stuff. Okay, to be fair though, we had set 6 before that, and we had Coco as well. So we kind of messed around with it a bit and tried Soulless even before set 7.
But see, Coco wasn't a big thing back then, because there was not very many ways to do a consistent Coco build, other than like trying to tech it in with Spike Brothers to make Coco Bros.
I understand that, and I get that, but my issue is this though, like, we got the support that we needed before set 4 and 5. Set 4 and 5 did come heavy, like, you know, with this soul build of Tsukiyomi. There was
no oracles in set 4.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's set 5 for sure though. Set 5, they got a lot of good support.
A crit and their 12k beater?
Yes, their 12k beater makes a huge difference, come on. Your Shadow Paladins alone freaking annoy the heck out of me with that guy.
I know, he hates Masquerade. It's his sworn enemy. It doesn't matter what.
It doesn't matter if it's any other 12k beater, just as long as it's not Masquerade, I'm fine.
Oh, you must be excited that another Masquerade is coming out in the Brand Avengers trial deck.
Oh dear God, let's not talk about that now though. Alright, back to what we were talking about. Let's look at the reports again. Alright, so we have a total of 74 reports here. And 48 Dote, 22 Majesty Lord, 16 Gold. We already talked about that. We didn't see some more Grand Blues. We have 3 Grand Blues, it seems, and only 3 of the Soul Tsukiyomi build.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh yeah, sorry about that, but
yeah. Well, you know, it's only a couple wins. You could say whatever you want about how they won or how legitimately good these players were versus what their triggers and luck base against their opponents were, but the point I'm trying to make is our meta is still pretty much a lot more diverse than what a lot of naysayers were when regards to Dope being released and what they were expecting to see come this stand-up regional. So I am happy to see this, that at least, well, let's see, if if there's 48 dotes and 148 total top decks, dote takes about a third.
Yeah, approximately about almost a third, a little bit less.
Interesting enough, that's exactly what Gold Paladins did during the World Tournament last year.
Really?
Yeah, they had a third of the total showings.
Huh. And they didn't get banned or restricted. Maybe we won't, but I still think we are. I honestly do still think we are going to get restricted on dotes. And that's just my personal opinion because that guy is really good right now. People are loving him to death. Maybe if we get more, I mean, we are getting set 8 and 9 coming up real soon. Or, I mean, set 8 is literally right around the corner for us. Set 9's next month, and we've got a bunch of other comic style stuff or extra boosters or whatever, that mermaid thing that's coming out, the divas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe we won't get hit as hard. I personally do not think, though, that Tsukiyomi will get hit at all in our ban list, and the English ban list. I do, however, believe that Dote will get hit. Maybe not as hard. Who knows? Maybe they'll leave Conroe in there and they'll just say no Dotes or whatever, just having 2 Dotes or something like that. But, and I don't think Oracles will actually get hit at all in comparison to the other ones. If they do, I'll be very surprised. Because
before we continue on the restriction and anything lists talk, I did want to go into if this was going to be our version of World Championships, because this only goes to Continental. It doesn't go to Worlds. There is no World Stand-Up Qualifier. But I did want to know if you thought there maybe be a chance of seeing another World Championship like we did last year. I know in Japan they have that. They have a lot of memorial fights, whatever. They have a lot of different events like World War Cray and the Sealing of Clans, where they outright banned Blaster Dark, Blaster Blade, and Dragonic Overlord in ties with the anime's lore behind them being sealed away. So do you think this will be a side tournament series that Bushiroad plans to expand on in coming years, or do you think this will be our personal World Championship, except obviously only making it to continental level?
I cannot say. I hope we do. I really do hope we do see another English World Championship series. That'd be nice. I want to see America take it.
Yeah, you just want to go back to the Anaheim Convention Center.
Yes, I want to go back to the Anaheim Convention Center.
I want to go hang out with the voice actors again. But anyway, so let's move on to our next topic. And,
Team League.
Yeah, going into what's been going on this year, or this month.
God.
Team League.
Team League has been, actually last month since this recording, but anyway. Oh dear God. So many horrible things. So many horrible things happened there for me.
Mostly him.
Yes, mostly me. Our team went to the very first qualifier we went to. We actually did really well as a team, but me as a single person, I got grade stuck at grade 1 for 3 turns in 90% of my matches. I think there was only 1. It wasn't even at that first qualifier we went to. I was actually grade stuck at that first qualifier for no less than 3 turns every single game, sir.
Yeah, I do remember.
Oh, we went to the semifinals, and then we got knocked out, so we couldn't even go on to the finals.
It was
I'm
you,
so
me,
sorry.
and my brother playing Shadow, Dote, and Narukami combination.
Yes, and we tried, and we almost did it, but
Yeah, we did it, but at the end, things happen. Well, that's neither here or there. So we did go on to a second one that same day.
yes, I blitzed down the freeway to get there, but when we got there, I was able to slightly redeem myself. I say slightly, because the first match we play, I did not get grade stuck. You two were relying on me to continue on, and yes, I did win. I didn't get grade stuck, I won it, but sure enough, karma is a pain or whatever I might have done in the past life, because the next 2 matches, I got grade stuck again at grade 1. It was like telling me something. Like, no, you shall not win today.
Yeah, I gotta admit. We had to take him out for a little while and just get his mind off of Vanguard.
Yeah, thank God for pizza. No, I think it's awesome, though, that you guys did win. You, your brother, and your little sister as my replacement for 1 match. You did win. So congratulations, sir, because I'm pretty sure you're going to be going on to regionals now as a family of paladins.
Yeah, I guess I've already touched this on a few other places, but me and my brother and sister, me and my brother talked, and we decided, well, there's going to be a team qualifier event on the weekend.
That I could not attend, sadly.
Yeah, he couldn't attend because he had a class that had to be taken that day, and so I decided, you know what, my little sister is really getting into playing Vanguard a little bit more competitively. She's really understanding her cards and learning how to play with them more.
And you took her in, and you guys went undefeated.
But she was playing. She's learning how to play competitively, and she's really getting into it and likes to join us with our tournament events. And so we decided to take her, and it was mostly because we wanted to show her something new and have a new experience in Vanguard. My brother decided to, after deciding he just really didn't like Dope, he gave it up, switched to a Gold Paladin deck that he built out of my old Spectral Duke deck, and created a Gazelle build. We went in team of Shadow, Gold, and Snowballs. And we took it as a testing experience for my brother to get more used to his Gold Paladins. I went in just playing whatever I can. I'm pretty solid on my own build. And the first round we took pretty easily. My sister did lose that round. Second round, my brother lost to, I believe he said he got double critted at 3 damage. Twice. And actually, that second round was against you, wasn't it?
Yes, the derpiest match of all.
Because what happened?
Okay, so at the last minute, my class finishes early. I decide to hurry on over to the team league. I find out I can't enter. Because you guys are already set. There's 2 randoms there who don't have a team. I'm like, hey, let's build a team. So we called ourselves Team Random. I fight you with my Great Nature deck.
Oh yeah, that match was pretty crazy. My crazy idea was stupid.
Yes, we had the stupidest match ever.
We were swinging at each other's rear guards, even though we could have won the game by then.
Yep.
Oh, you really hate Masquerade.
Oh, I hated Masquerade. I sent a 32k column at that thing because I hated it so much.
I can't wait for someone to send you Masquerades in the mail just to see what you do.
I will tear those things up, sir.
That's horrible. Why would you do that at Masquerade?
Masquerade, suck it. Anyway, continuing on.
Anyway,
that's actually the round that your sister won it, right?
Yeah, at that point, my sister, she's still learning a little bit more how to push for game when it's a pretty bad situation. So she had a back row of Garmors against the Vermilion, and Snowballs against the Vermilion, and she had her Garmor Vanguard. She swings for 21. Her opponent puts down a 2-trigger pass. She ends up checking a heal and crit to finish the game while he was at 4 damage.
Perfect.
And at that point we realized, you know what, maybe we should try a little bit harder to win instead of just taking this as a fun experience for my sister. So me and my brother pretty much decided, you know what, let's go for it, and we ended up taking the whole thing.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Undefeated. Well, congratulations, sir. It looks like you're going on to regionals without me.
I'm sorry. we really wanted to go, but we had plans to go to another one. It just ended up we can't qualify anymore.
Yeah, you guys got a team
not together anyway.
So congratulations.
So hopefully we'll see what happens at regionals.
Yep. All right, on to the next topic because this one's bringing sad man.
Okay.
Just sad. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about All Out War Cray since you did talk about that earlier.
There was someone who commented on we could talk about All Out War Cray, or at least our predictions on it, which actually happened last month, and I still haven't been able to find all the data on that or any information. But interestingly enough, what did end up happening after we looked into it was a new restriction list came out in Japan that reflected not only the results of All Out War Cray, but also the last few Memorial and other events that Bushiroad's been having with Vanguard in Japan. And the new restriction list is as follows. The only 3 that are on this list anymore are Tsukiyomi, Majesty Lord Blaster, and Eradicator Dragonic Descendant. In any combination of those 3 cards, you can only run 2. Winkle Brave, Conroe, Dragonic Overlord The End, Silent Tom, Godhawk Ichibiyoshi, and who else isn't? King of Knights Alfred have all been removed from the list.
Interesting, isn't it?
Just a bit.
These are, mind you, these All Out War Cray events are unrestricted, so you can use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You can run 4 dotes, you can run everything. So these people didn't have any restrictions list. So if you're wondering why there would be, like more eradicators or something like that.
Barkle was also removed from being unable to be a starting Vanguard, and you were allowed to use the Grade 4 Great Nature card.
Awesome. Yes. All these things you can use during these events. Now, what reflected this new ban list is that after everyone could use all these things, there was less dote apparently. There was more Eradicator Draconic Descendant involved. There's still some Tsukuyomi builds, and Majesty Lord.
Well, from what we saw in the tournament toppings and stats of the last few events in Japan, it's been all Eradicator dominated. The finishing key card in that deck has always been Dragonic Descendant.
So, if they're going to take away their key card that finishes the game, how will Eradicators have to adapt?
I don't think they really have to adapt very much, because only a few of them had been running 4, if more than 2 or 3 Descendants. Now they can't. In fact, there's only been 1 or 2 that even run their Break Ride. So at this point, they can just fill the empty spot taken up from losing their 1 or 2 Descendants with Vowing Sword Dragon.
Yeah, this will be interesting, to say the least. And how do you think that's going to affect our own ban list? I mean, they, like you said in the past, when we've discussed it, you've said they only do ban list really for oversaturation. Not overpowered cards, but oversaturation. Now, with dope being unrestricted again, and Dragonic Descendant only be restricted down to 2, I don't really think that's going to change much. Because as we've said, Eradicators aren't going to have to work that hard. But what about our restriction list? Are we going to see, because we don't see as much. We're not seeing a 60% overall. Now, mind you, this is only of the reports we have right now are only the ones we know of that have been recorded. But still,
right.
48 dotes out of 148 is still a pretty significant number. My question is, are we going to see as much restriction list on the English side as we do over there?
What I'm expecting to see is that if we see a restriction list, it won't happen until after the Continental qualifiers, after the Continental Championships of Stand-Up Challenge and possibly Team League. Though Team League, trio fights, whatever that involves multiple players playing, hasn't had much of a say in Bushiroad's restriction policy, at least from what I've seen, but I really don't believe we'll be seeing any kind of list until afterwards. If that, maybe, but Dote would probably be the obvious one to be hit, but set 10 and set 11 would be around the corner from that list when we come out. So I guess we'll have to see what happens. I don't think we'll be seeing the list anytime soon. Japan got it just before set 9 released, or at least the information, but the restriction list didn't take into effect until January 1st of this year. So all of them were running around for a while. It will be interesting to see if, because there is some hype over Platinum Azel and some of the Gold Paladins set 9, along with Vermilion the Blood, that it will be interesting to see if our list, considering the saturation of Gold Paladin last year and how set 9 reflects players' choice on decks, it'll be interesting to see if we see more Gold Paladins on our list, if we get one, rather than Majesty Lord or Dragonic Overlord.
That would be funny, in my opinion. You see an American build with nothing but Gold Paladins in it, people are going to start flocking towards Dote, I think. That's just my personal opinion, though.
English game.
Yeah, English game at least. That would be interesting. In fact, I would laugh hysterically at that. Because your brother, I think, would just be a little pissed. Well, actually, I don't think...
He doesn't even run a playset at any of those cards, so...
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see. Honestly, I guess we'll just have to see how qualifiers turns out, and we will be keeping up with that, seeing how that goes. Though next topic will probably be something different.
The next topic I would personally like to talk about are sneak peek preview events, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe we'll just include that as a little side thing.
We were waiting on
a guest,
our first guest to the show. Though we'll see how that works out, considering, we've had a few problems with that before.
Anywho.
Anyway,
I think that's about it, though, right?
So, yeah. I guess that's it for now. So why don't you guys go ahead and tell me what you guys think of the restriction list, and of course, how do you think it's going? How do you think it's going to come out in the English metagame, if at all? What your thoughts are, especially with these specific results. Mind you, it's only about 74 reports, but that's still a good number to get an idea of what the meta's shaping up to be. So I guess until next time, this is Fanguard Talk. We talk about it so you don't have to. See you guys.
Later.